Who do I need to become in order to get the things I'm worthy of? Or how do I become worthy? How do I create that? In part of my education or finances, I have a common reoccurring to get training to continue to build self-love, to continue to build that self-confidence, to continue to reinforce the idea that I am worthy of the goals that I'm chasing after. I was made to do it. I was made to achieve these goals just as you were. With one of the exercises that we do, and we're going to do it tonight, is we're going to write ourselves a letter. You guys ever written yourself a letter?
Never.
Yeah.
Have you ever? You have?
Yeah.
Stove?
No, I actually haven't.
I'm going to read this letter that I wrote. For me, it was, it says November 31st, but I think this was back in, anyway, it's been a minute. This is one of my old ones that I found, and I'm going to read it to you so you can get an idea of what we're about to do this next practice. Oh man. All right, here we go. Robbie, you did it. Congratulations on another year in the books. By now you have finished Thanksgiving's Heroes and fed 2,500 families. You have grown the team to 25 people, all happy and doing a fair volume of business. You are just getting ready for the last month or two before baby A, is what I was calling her back then, baby Z actually is here. Good job, Dad. You are a good dad. You are feeling healthy, you are a powerful leader, and you are developing your skills every day. You are happily married to the love of your life. Your daughters are happy and they love to talk to you. How lucky is that? Robbie, I am here to remind you. Robbie, I'm here to remind you that you are perfectly made. You are where you are supposed to be. Please remember that I love you and I'm grateful. Grateful for your hard work. You are my hero, and I am proud of the man, the dad, the husband you have become. Keep at it. Never give up. Never stop reaching for your goals. Never stop being true to yourself, and never stop believing in yourself. You can do it, Rob.
It's powerful.
That's awesome. Thanks. What'd you think about when I read that?
How it relates to the stuff that I would write.
This is going to be a much better writing exercise than this one.
Now you're going to take this and you're going to write a page. It's just a short page. It's not a long letter. If you want to do one on your own, and you can do it. But this is a letter that is twofold purpose. Number one, when you hit the wall, man, when you have hit the wall, you're ready to throw in the towel. You've got the fuck it flag up. You are done. And it's good to read this. It's good to read this because I wrote this to me and none of those things had happened. They were just what I wanted.
How old is he now?
5.
Yeah, so that wasn't November 31st of 2022 or 2023.
I tell you, I've been doing this a long time.
That was a long time.
Yeah, this was 6 years ago. And so as you write this letter, you can pull it out and read it on that day. It's in my journal on the back, right in the last page. I tuck it in there for when I get to the end of my journal. But it also is something that you're going to set in your phone as a calendar reminder to read at the end of the year. You want to read this because this is your accountability. This is did you show up? Did you do it? Did you apply the effort? This is my future Rob writing a letter or receiving a letter from the Rob that's being hopeful. And that I want that future Rob. I have his best interest in mind, just so you know. I really am pulling for the guy. You know what I mean? I want the best for him. And if he can have these things, if they can be manifested into his life, how much better will it be?
Yeah.
This applies a little bit of emotion to it. When you write this letter, and I would like to believe that when you read it in the future, it will do as this did 6 years. 6 years later, still stirs my heart because I want to be these things. I still am working on these things. I still am realizing all the time that I am perfectly made. I'm the most Robbie Rob that you're going to meet today. Mm-hmm. God made me this way on purpose, as fucked up as I am perfectly made. Because he does not make mistakes. Here I am. And I have to remember that. And if I can remember that, then I am worthy of all these things. And if I'm worthy of all of these things, what can I accomplish if I go into battle with that in my mind? There is nothing that can stand before me. And as I go through my life and I'm manifesting these things and I'm reading these things and I'm remembering these things, then they start to happen. Now, I've been doing this for a long time. And the thing that's powerful for me is I have friends in my life, family members in my life that haven't been doing these things. And I continue to feel myself changing and growing in ways that they're not because they're not intentional about what it is they want.
Right.
That's really the bottom line, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, the thing that came to mind when you were reading that for me, and it took me a second to kind of process what it was, because it was like a feeling more than it was a thought, but it was gratitude for the you then that set out to do all those things that then led you to be the you now that I met, and this whole thing came together because of. It all started back then or before then,
Yeah.
but I never would have thought about that. I never would have I've never considered that in my life, to think about that I'm grateful for Topher 6 years ago, or that I'm grateful for you before we met in college, or before the things you decided to do that led you to here, that led me to make the decisions that I have in my life. Like, I'm grateful. Yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
You can take that line clear back to, like, I'm grateful my grandparents met and they
Yeah.
they
You
got
follow
along.
that thread for maybe
you
too
can-
long.
You can go way back. The other thing is that at the end of the day, as I've grown older, there's just not very many people who can put their hand on my shoulder and say, "Attaboy," like me.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, this guy,
Yeah.
him being proud of me is more important than anybody else is being proud of me. Him being happy with my results and my efforts is more important than anything in the world. Because ultimately, I want you guys to like me and love me and think that I'm cool, but it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. In 6 years from now, we might not be sitting across the table from one another, but I will still be looking in the mirror at this man.
Yeah.
Right.
And so this is so super important